Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump going head-to-head last night at Hofstra University in their first one-on-one debate. Joining me right now is the chairman of the 2016 Hillary Clinton presidential campaign, John Podesta. John, it's good to see you.
Great to be with you,
Thank
Maria.
you so much for joining us. Your reaction to last night?
Look, we thought we had a very, very good night. I think she came in prepared. She came in wanting to talk to the American people about what she could do to create an economy that was going to work for them, to really invest in the middle class. And from the opening moments of the debate, when she talked about thinking about the future and her granddaughter and all the kids out there, I think she just rocked it.
I agree that she won the debate last night. I'm not sure if it changed anybody's opinions or anybody's vote, because it felt like Donald Trump was who we knew he is, and Hillary Clinton is who we knew she is. Do you think it's going to move the needle?
I think Donald Trump reminded people of who he really is, and I think that hurt him a little bit. I think that he came in. He was not prepared. If you can't prepare for a debate, how do you prepare for the presidency? And I think he went from that to really kind of getting a little bit unhinged. I think as the debate wore on, he seemed not himself. He, with the sniffling and the gulping of the water, he just seemed to have a terrible debate performance. And he seemed, at the end, having accused her of lacking stamina, he seemed to really run out of gas.
Well, it felt like she put him on the defensive right out of the gate. Was that the strategy right off the bat? Make sure to start bringing up things that maybe he feels vulnerable about?
Look, I think our strategy was to talk about the future, talk about her plans, talk about the economy particularly, but to draw contrast, to say that these are two very different choices. They have very different experience. She has a history of getting things done for children, for families, for people. As First Lady, as a senator from New York, he wanted to attack her for all the ills of the political system over the last 30 years. She was quite specific. I think he was quite vague, and I think he didn't have a good night last night.
Well, I'll tell you, 1 hour into the debate, I tweeted out, am I wrong to be disappointed and insulted as a voter and a viewer? No issues that are important to the American people are being discussed here. We're talking about the birth rates, we're talking about his tax plan, his taxes, as opposed to tax plans. So let's go through the policies for a second.
Sure.
Because you say she really did resonate because she talked about that. His plan on the economy: lower taxes, cut back regulations, tap into energy, redo trade deals. What is her plan on the economy?
Her plan is to invest in the middle class, pledge never to raise taxes on the middle class, to make the important investments that we need to create jobs in infrastructure and clean energy, in high-tech manufacturing, to do it by going and asking the wealthy and to pay their fair share, to close corporate loopholes, to put that money to work for the American people, and also to really focus on the family economics, paid leave, equal pay for women, making sure that people can afford child care, making sure that early childhood education is available to every kid, making sure college is debt, you can get through college debt-free. Those are the things that are going to improve middle-class lives. They're going to create a stronger economy, higher growth. And what he's promising is what crashed the economy in 2008. Look, just going back. And I think people aren't going to buy it.
It's extraordinary to me that we have not been able to get tax reform done, by the way, because everybody says, running businesses, that's really what you need to get economic growth.
I think she would agree with that.
She says, look, the rich have to pay their fair share. In her tax plan, when you consider city taxes, state taxes, and the federal level that she's raising on the highest earners, you're talking about more than 60%, 65% when you consider the Obamacare tax. 65%, is that fair?
Look, I think she is looking to where people have made tremendous amounts of money, tremendous wealth, saying they need to give back and make the right investments for the country. And what was Donald Trump, when they got to tax returns, what was his reaction to paying no taxes over many years? He seemed to admit to it last night, although we haven't seen the tax returns, but he seemed to admit to it. Nothing for the troops, nothing for veterans, nothing for infrastructure, nothing to invest in the country that gave him the wealth that he has today. That's not patriotic, and I think people sense that.
When I speak with CEOs and managers of businesses, they say that one of the biggest issues that are keeping them from investing in their business, from hiring new people, is regulation, that they're being strict strangled by Obamacare, strangled by the EPA, by Dodd-Frank. She wants to build on that. He wants to roll it back. How is that going to create jobs and move the needle on economic growth if she's going to build on what's already a problem?
She specifically said that she wants to eliminate regulation for small business, make sure that small businesses have access to credit. I think she wants smart regulation that will take care of the needs of the American people, whether that's making sure that drugs are safe, that meat that you're buying at the grocery store is safe. Donald Trump says he wants to get rid of food inspection. My God, we're going to go back to the early 1900s?
Are you saying she's going to eliminate Obamacare for small business? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that she's in favor of trying to go and target and look at everything that is impeding small businesses from having access to credit, from being able to invest, from being able to build and expand their businesses. That's where job creation comes from, and I think she's in favor of that. With respect to energy, clean energy, he wants to go back and restore the energy system of the 1950s, I guess. What she wants to do is make sure that we're investing in clean, renewable energy, that we install 500 million solar panels in her first term, that we're the clean energy superpower of the 21st century. That's where the future is. That's where the jobs are. That's where the growth is. That's where the innovation is. And what does he want to do? He wants to go back to the 1950s.
What did you think of Lester Holt, the moderator? No mention of the Clinton Foundation. A lot of people feel that's where she's most vulnerable. Nobody brought it up.
Well, I think she's very proud of what the Clinton Foundation has done across the world. It's graded by independent.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the pay to play, John.
Look, I think what the Clinton Foundation has done is raised money and spent it to help the poorest people around the world, to help kids here in America, to make sure they have healthy food. It is a top-level foundation. And you asked me what I think of Lester Holt. I heard in a bunch of interviews this morning all the Trump people complaining about Lester Holt. Usually, if you're complaining about the moderator, you're losing.
All right, we will leave it there. So 40 days about to the election. What she's going to be doing to prepare for the next couple of days?
42 and a half days.
42 and a half, but who's counting?
and we're counting every hour, and she's out there talking to voters, trying to make sure today's voter registration day. If you haven't registered, go to iwillvote.com. You can get online, find out if your registration is valid, and if it's not, you can register to vote there.
John, good to see you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
John Podesta is the head of the Hillary Clinton campaign.